Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm feeling half decent right now, not just because I've got back from holiday, but because Manchester United have signed Mason Mount. That's official. And it looks like we're very, very close to completing a deal for Andre Onana, Inter Milan's goalkeeper, and Rasmus Højlund as well from Atalanta. Could Manchester United be about to get the large chunk of their transfer business done quite early-ish in the window? It looks like it could be that way. We're going to get stuck into these reports that are coming through over in the last hour regarding Manchester United's bids for Andre Onana, and reports that we've agreed personal terms with the player and we're edging closer to getting that fee agreed with Inter Milan, and also that Manchester United have identified Rasmus Højlund as their number one choice striker and are going to press ahead with a £50 million bid to bring the player to Manchester United. We're just leaving for tour in around 9 days' time, maybe a little less than that. With the players being back at Carrington, it's important that we get loads of our transfer business done, especially the players coming in. And whilst we'll still need a little bit of business, whilst we'll need a centre-back, we'll need a midfielder, if we were to get those deals done in the next week, 10 days, I think that would be great for Manchester United, and it'd leave us in a position with sales that we would be able to make those few incomings on the opposite direction. And are we seeing the impact of Erik ten Hag being at Manchester United as well and trying to grab hold of this ship and make sure that we're getting our business done and done diligently? We're going to get stuck into these reports. Before we do that, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, etc. We've got plenty going on. I'm back from holiday now as well, so I'll be in the swing of things, getting videos out almost daily, and when there's breaking news just like this, keep it locked. And these reports on Andre Onana have constantly changed throughout the day. We've been seeing those pictures, the interview with Mason Mount in a Man United shirt. Happy days. I texted Rory earlier saying, this is weird. I still can't believe Mason Mount. Can you believe this sentence? Mason Mount is a Manchester United player. I never ever thought I'd be saying that in a million years in this transfer window. But anyway, we heard from Melissa Reddy, and we've got multiple reports on Andre Onana, from Melissa Reddy to Fabrizio Romano. So let's get stuck in. They say Melissa Reddy said compromise being worked on between Manchester United and Inter Milan for Andre Onana. He wants to move. Sources suggest all parties would ideally like a resolution before July 13th, and there's a feeling a fee around £45 million, inclusive of add-ons, could seal the deal. We then heard, we also heard from Melissa Reddy that Inter's total valuation for Andre Onana is £51 million, and their public stance is he will remain at the club unless the figure is met. United's opening bid was £38.5 million, but there's a belief that they want to have a resolution before Inter Milan's pre-season on July the 13th. So Inter Milan trying to get that deal done as well as Manchester United. Melissa went on to say Andre Onana has made clear his intention to move to Manchester United and reunite with his former Ajax manager Erik ten Hag. So he's sticking around waiting for this deal to be completed, and there's optimism we could complete a deal for £40 million up front with £5 million in add-ons, which would be a shrewd bit of business in this day and age and in this market. Although the player was available on a free last summer, I know there was a few doubts over him because of the suspension that he had and the reasons for that suspension, but nevertheless, it's looking like Andre Onana could be heading towards Manchester United. And then we saw more further reports from Matteo Moretto, who came out, that's an Italian journalist, saying United will raise its offer for Andre Onana, and sources in the negotiations believe that it can be closed. Erik ten Hag is pushing hard to sign Onana. Inter are waiting for the second offer from Manchester United, and Fabrizio Romano was saying direct contacts are taking place again between the clubs for that deal to happen. Understand that Manchester United will place an improved offer for Andre Onana, and there is an optimism a deal can be struck for below Inter's €60 million asking price. Sources indicate a significant offer of around €50 million stands a realistic chance of being accepted. That came from Ben Jacobs. So what we're seeing at the moment are reports from various different places, from various different journalists that Manchester United are in and making this bid happen for Andre Onana. And then Fabrizio Romano come out and said, we've improved our bid. It's now worth 50 million euros with add-ons included, 45 plus 5. Inter are asking for 60, but sources believe 50. So it's very similar position to the one we were in with Mason Mount, because Fabrizio also reported there that personal terms with Onana have been agreed and the contract is ready. We're also considering selling Fred to Fulham as well. That's something from Fabrizio. And Donny van der Beek is considering the possibilities of a move around Europe. It could also be a loan move as well. But yeah, we're hearing that bid has been made and all parties want that deal to be done. Adrian Kajumba as well, from the Daily Mail, has also reported on this one too, saying that the bid has been made and Inter Milan won 45 million. So all in all, right now, Andre Onana is about to happen. Once we hit that special mark for that bid, Andre Onana to Manchester United is going to get the here we go. Adrian Kajumba also reported, we've considered signing some cheaper options due to budget restrictions, but they've prioritised the move for Ten Hag's top choice. And Nottingham Forest wants to re-sign Dean Henderson as well, and they've been in regular contact, but that will be done once Manchester United bring in a goalkeeper. And if you bring in Andre Onana for, let's say, 40 million plus 5 million add-ons or whatever the deal may be, and you sell Dean Henderson for, say, 20 million plus 5 million add-ons, you've spent 20 million to get your first choice goalkeeper through the door. And I think that could kind of help us with our FFP positioning as well. We've got the likes of Maguire, McTominay, and a few others that we could potentially sell. Fred is another one being linked with a move away. Anthony Elanga. We've heard Anthony Martial could be Manchester United could be open to selling him. Alex Telles, etc. So those are the kind of players Manchester United could sell in order to bring some money in the opposite direction. But Manchester United, the reports coming out right now, and these are breaking reports, is that Man United will bid for Rasmus Højlund, and Manchester United believe that they can get a deal done for him for around £50 million. Although a deal might have to wait for the resolution in the sale process. If United can be in a position now where we've got that goalkeeper in position, we've got Mason Mount in, if you can get Rasmus Højlund wrapped up as well over the next 7 to 10 days, obviously, who knows what's going on with this takeover at the moment. Manchester United would have brought in Mason Mount for £55 million. You would have brought in Andre Onana for around £40 million plus 5 million in add-ons or whatever it is. Let's say 45 million. There's £100 million Manchester United would have spent. And then Rasmus Højlund potentially taking that to £150 million. There's talk we've got £200 million to spend as long as we get some players moving in the opposite direction. And you'd assume the likes of Maguire, McTominay, Alex Telles, Anthony Elanga, etc. will be sold at some point in this window so we can make those other bids happen. And maybe the centre-back, maybe the other midfielder. There's been talk about Amrabat, etc. And if Amrabat's available for £30 million, you can get 4 signings, crucial signings for around £180 million before you've got your outgoings in. I think that would be a very, very shrewd window for Manchester United. And Rasmus Højlund as well, since the talks quieted up on the likes of Harry Kane, Ivan Toney's not going to happen. Victor Osimhen looks like we've been priced out of the market for that. I'd rather us go for someone like Rasmus Højlund. We've been linked with Moises Caicedo recently. And everyone's like, why didn't we get him a few years ago when he was worth this much? I think that position with Rasmus Højlund as well, because the next club he goes to, some other big boys are going to be looking at him. When Manchester United should bring him in now and get him ready. All right, he might not be the finished product. He might not be ready right now to be Manchester United's leading, but we've got to invest in the future. And we can still use Marcus Rashford through the middle if we need to because of the amount of wingers that we do have at the club. So I think Rasmus Højlund, Andre Onana, I think there'd be very, very good bits of business. If the manager wants them, get them done. And hopefully before the bulk of pre-season is taking place. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, if there's any further breaking news, I'll be back with that. But for now, I have been AdamMcKola. This transfer window is heating up nicely. Remember, subscribe, all of that, and I'll see you soon.